Hi, this is Kiana Minor. Welcome to Crazy Courage TV, where we are busting success myths and learning to live more courageously. As you can see, we're going to a slightly different format. I love sharing interviews with you. I love introducing you to people who are living their dream life. And this summer, I am excited to let you know that we have two teleseminars, online teleseminars coming up, where I am going to be bringing you some of the most amazing stories, some of the people doing such amazing things in the world, and letting you know how you can do the same. For now, Crazy Courage TV is getting a bit of a facelift. I reached out to you and I wanted to know what you were dealing with. What are you struggling with? What did you need help with? And overwhelmingly, you all told me that you really needed help figuring out how you can get from where you are to where you want to be. You said you love listening to the interviews, you loved watching them every week, but you wanted to know, how can you take your life to the next level? How can you change and transform and live your dream life? So I'm going to be sharing with you some tips, some advice, some techniques, some strategies that you can use in your own life to really take your life to the next level. So in this episode of Crazy Courage TV, I want to talk about the dream equation. This is, how do you figure out your dream? How do you figure out what it is you want to do, the impact you want to make in the world? And so this dream equation lets you know exactly what your dream is, and you can take this equation and apply it to your life and really have a simple way to figure out what it is you were meant to do in the world. The second thing I want to share with you are three questions that everyone should ask. Whether you're not quite sure what your dream is, or if you are sure what your dream is, but you're just not sure how to get there, or how to live it, or how to make it real in your life. These three questions are critical to expressing your dream in this world. So first, let's talk about the dream equation. Dream equation is your dream equals your identity, plus your desires, plus your impact. So let's talk about that. And as we talk about that, I'll be introducing the three questions that you're supposed to ask. So your identity is really who you are. And this is a question that we all tend to ask in moments of crisis, in moments where we may lose someone or come face to face with death ourselves, where we realize that our lives are not, our lives on this planet are mortal. That we are mortals, and that one day we're not going to be here as this person in this world, in this life. And so what are we going to do with this life? So who are we? Who are we? Who are we meant to be in this life? And so this is a super important question to really get you started, and this helps you to figure out what your identity is. So many times when it comes to identity, we think that we are, our national heritage. We think we are our cultural identity, or maybe our gender or our sex, or all of these roles that we put on ourselves. For instance, my name is Kiana. I'm Black. I'm a woman. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I'm a daughter. I am heterosexual, whatever that means. All these identities. And so a lot of times we start to think we are these roles. We are these roles in our life. And we are not these roles. These are just roles we play in our life. They don't define who we are. Who we are should define these roles that we play in our life. But who we are, these roles are just something that people observe about us, right? So that if we focus solely on what other people see when they look at us, then it changes who we really are, because we become objects to be observed. And that's not who we are. There's something inside of all of us that defines who we are. There's something infinite about our spirits. There's something very real about our souls. And so who we are is so much deeper than just the roles we play in life. Think about it. In each moment, we're not all of these roles, right? Some moments you're focused on being some moments I'm focused on being a good wife. Some moments I'm focused on being a good mother. Some moments I'm focused on being, a good national citizen, but I'm rarely playing all of these roles at one time. And then there are some moments when I'm alone, when no one is looking at me, when I'm alone with myself. Who am I? When no one's watching me, when no one's expecting anything from me, when I'm not expecting anything from myself, who am I? So that's a really important question to start asking yourself, so that you can strip away your obligations and you don't become those roles, because that's what stresses us out, right? We become those roles and we think this is all of who I am. So that if those roles change or transition, or sometimes those roles end, we're at a loss for really who we are. Even our careers, we're not our careers. We're so much deeper than that. We're the person that isn't being observed. We're the person deeper than that. So that our identity is a significant part of our dream, because our dream is going to manifest in ourselves and in our present lives. So we have to feel confident about who we are. And who we are when we're alone has to carry with us when we go out and when we start to take on these other roles. The next thing that is part of the dream, so we have identity, we discussed that, your desires. And I love to talk to people about their desires. I spent last week talking to many of you about your desires. What do you want? And so our desires talk to us in a very clear language. And it's usually our first reaction or our first inclination. That's our desires. But then our minds swoop in and tell us all the reasons why we don't deserve our desires, why our desires are stupid, they don't make any sense, they're not worth it, they don't, we have all these other ideas that start to flood us simply from having a desire, simply for feeling a longing towards something. And then the other part of desire, another thing that muffles our desires so that we're not even sure what we desire, is that so many religious practices, so many religions have told us that our desires are sinful, that our desires are wrong. And so we second guess them, we second guess ourselves. But our desires are part of what makes us human. And it's not frivolous desires, it's not just physical or external desires like for money or cars or sex or all of these type of things. Those are just ego desires. There are deeper desires, deeper longings that we have that are underneath the superficial desires. So I'm not saying that our external desires are bad. I don't think that those are bad or sinful at all. The only thing in this world that is sinful, the only thing that is sinful is when we act against our true nature. And our true nature is divine. Our true nature is creative. We were meant to be creative beings. We weren't meant to feel stuck or to feel like we can't do something or to limit our abilities because of what we see in the external world. We were meant to be a creative force in this world. And so when we're not being our true selves, when we're not being our true, authentic, divine, and creative selves, that's when we are sinning. You're not sinning by wanting something. You're not sinning by having desire. If your desire is not aligned with your vision in life, then that's the time where you want to re-examine your desires and make sure that your desires aren't coming from a place of emptiness. It's those empty desires. It's those desires that are meant to fulfill that emptiness we feel when we're not living our dreams. It's those desires that can get us in trouble. It's those desires that can take us away from who we really want to be in this world. And so any desire that limits your potential to be creative and to be the divine, those are the desires you want to question. But not that deep longing to make a difference in the world. We all have that. That is super, super important to being alive in this world, to being happy, to feeling fulfilled, to really making a difference and transforming this world. We weren't meant to just accept the world the way that it is. The world was created for us. Yes, we didn't create the air or the sky or the trees. We didn't create any of that. But as human beings, we created the civilization. We created the social order. We created the human laws. And so all of those are things that we can question. There are things that we can say, hey, you know what? I don't think this is the way it should be anymore. I don't think that this is the true meaning of freedom. Because freedom and happiness is something that we are all worthy of. And, I don't know any nation on this earth or any community on this earth who has achieved that 100%. But it's something that we all have a right to strive toward. We all have a right to say, you know what, in this moment, I deserve freedom and I deserve happiness. And so that's what desire is. It's sitting with yourself long enough, spending enough time with yourself, getting to know yourself so that you can feel your desires on the deepest level of your being. And you can trust those desires and you can move in the direction of those true desires that you have for your life. There's nothing wrong with wanting. That's part of our creative power. You have to want before you can create. So embrace your desires, because your dream is your identity plus your desires. And then the last piece of your dream is impact. I don't care who you are. If you are watching this video, you are part of what I call the dream catchers. We're people who dream. We dream big. I think that there are two types of people in this world. I believe there are two types of people in this world. There are sleepwalkers and there are dream catchers. And I know if you're watching this video, you're a dream catcher, because sleepwalkers are not interested in my content. Sleepwalkers are the people who come across my website or come across my content and just criticize it. I don't like her. What she's saying doesn't make any sense. I don't like her dress. I don't like her hair. I don't like the way she talks. They figure out a reason where they don't have to listen to the information that I'm giving. They don't have to believe in dreams. They don't have to believe that dreams can come true, or that we can live according to our highest potential, or that we are divine beings. So usually my content doesn't reach sleepwalkers. Dream catchers are the people who believe. They're the crazy mofos. They're the crazy people. They're the crazy ones who really believe that we can change the world, who believe we can have a great impact on the world. And so dream catchers, they have visions and they have ideas. And sometimes they think these ideas are crazy. And most people around them, especially if they're around sleepwalkers, think that these ideas are crazy. And they tell them, just relax, just go with the flow, just do the things that have always been done. But the dream catchers are the ones who will stay up all night, the ones who can't sleep, who can't just accept the world the way that it is. Because the visions are downloaded without much of their, control. These visions, they see the world as it can be. They see the world according to its potential. They see other people according to their potential. And this is me. I've always been a dream catcher. I see things that don't exist. I'm crazy, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. Ever since I was a child, I have heard the divine voice very clearly in my life. Very clearly, as if it was my voice, but I always knew that it wasn't. It was a wiser voice. It was a voice that knew things that even at 7 or 8 years old I didn't know. And it would whisper to me. It would whisper these dialogues and these conversations, and sometimes I didn't even have to say anything, and I would just hear the voice so clearly. Crazy, right? But if you're watching this video, I know that you have a special connection to divine too. That you have your own story, your own experiences, where you have felt the divine in your life so powerful that you couldn't just believe what was out there in the world. You didn't believe that that was it, right? You believed that you had power, that you had creative ability to make an impact on this world. And that's such an important part of the dream, because most dream catchers don't do it for themselves. They do it for other people. I am an introvert, right? So sitting here making videos, posting videos on YouTube for the world to see, having people comment to me, telling me how these videos are changing their life, that like freaks me out. And there are times when putting myself out here in this way freaks me out. And you may not believe that, but it totally freaks me out. But I do it because people tell me it makes an impact on their lives. When I was a massage therapist, before I even got into coaching, people's lives were changing on my table. And they were coming to me saying, oh my gosh, I had the courage to do this, this, and that. I had the courage to leave my job or start my business or go back to school or get married or have children. And it's all because of the work that we've done in this room. And so that inspires me to coach. That inspires me to teach. That inspires me to make a difference and get out of my comfort zone. Get out of my introverted ways. And make these videos so that I can make an impact on the world. So impact is super important to the dream. So your dream equals your identity. Who are you? That's question number one. Who are you? Put this question up on your mirror. Ask it every day when you wake up, every day when you go to sleep. Who am I? So that the truth of who you are can be revealed to you. So dream equals identity plus desires. What do you want? Beneath the external desires, what do you really want? Ask this of yourself too. Make this a regular conversation you have with yourself. What do I want? And then the last one is impact. Dream equals identity plus desires plus impact. How can I serve? That's the question. That's the third question for impact. How can I serve? How can you make a difference? How can you use who you are and what you want to make a difference on the world? How can you do that? How are you meant to serve this world? So, this has been another episode of Crazy Courage TV. I'm so excited that I was able to share this message with you, and I hope that you take this information and really start applying it to your life. I would love to hear from you below, so if you could answer the question of the week. So let's start answering these three questions, these trio of questions that lead us to our dream. So who are you? What do you want? How can you serve? If you have any insight on one of those three questions, answer it below, and let's start these meaningful conversations in this community, because the Crazy Courage community is a community where we inspire each other to really live our dream life, because we believe that not only is it possible, but it is our mission to reach that highest vision that we have for our lives. So this has been another episode of Crazy Courage TV. I have some exciting things to let you know about. First, we are going to have some teleseminars this summer. There are going to be some amazing teleseminars. I'm interviewing some amazing people. So you'll check your inbox. You'll hear more about that in the coming weeks. And make sure you sign up for those teleseminars if they really call to you. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun. The second thing is I'm reopening my course, the Money Magic course. This course teaches you all about how to have money support you in living your dream life. So many times we think we have, either we can have money or we can have our dreams. I keep doing that backwards. We can either have money or we can have our dreams. And we feel split between these two things. But there's a way that you can absolutely have money support you in living your dream life. And that's what the Money Magic course is all about. My previous students love this course. I have a student going back through the course right now. She just sent me an email the other day. She's going back through the course. And this course is life-changing, because once you realize that you can have money support you in living your dream life, then nothing can stop you. And you can reach that highest level of joy and fulfillment that you've always wanted. So the Money Magic course is reopening. If you check your inbox, you can sign up to register for that course. You can sign up to get the free training videos that'll lead you to the registration page. And I had one more announcement, and I can't remember what it was. I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me. If it does, then I'll just send you out an email. Yeah. Oh! Yes, I remember what it is. The other announcement was that I am starting a monthly mastermind group. And so you'll be hearing about that later on this week. But this mastermind group is only going to be open to 12 students. Every week I'm going to release a free training, and we're also going to have a free teleseminar where we get together and we mastermind and we help each other really live our dreams. The training is really going to teach you something that you need to really accomplish your goals. We're going to set visions together. We're going to visualize together at a certain time every day. It's going to be a super powerful mastermind. I've done this with family. I've done this with friends. I've done this with clients. And amazing things happen when we can get together and see our visions together and really support each other in manifesting those visions. So if you're interested in that, shoot me a quick email at Kiana@crazycourage.com and just say I'm interested in the mastermind, and I'll make sure to get you the information. I only have 12 spots available in this mastermind because there's something very powerful about 13 people coming together to co-create and to really see their visions and help each other manifest it. So it's a very limited group, and I really want to give each person some personal attention. So if you're interested in that, email me at Kiana@crazycourage.com. I'll be sending out an email with more information about that later on this week. So this has been another great episode of Crazy Courage TV, where we've talked about courageous topics and really dived into what it takes to live a courageous life. This is Kiana Miner, wishing you much love, much joy, and crazy, crazy courage. Go out there and make an impact on this world. Bye. I love having you guys here. Go to crazycourage.com to see all the previous episodes. If you enjoyed this video, like and share it with your friends. Also, if you are gaining motivation and encouragement from these episodes, please share your story with me. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, this is Kiana Miner, wishing you much love, much joy, and crazy, crazy courage.